Good morning, students. So this is the second part of your chapter number first, and today also again we are going to learn about different terms of biology. So let us start with our next topic, that is applied biology. So what is applied biology is when the knowledge acquired through basic study is applied for economic and other welfare purposes. So whatever we having the knowledge and we applied that knowledge to the economic or other welfare purpose, so it become applied as a biology. Okay, so we having some important branch of applied biologies. They are, first is your eugenics. Okay, so eu means well, genos means birth. Okay, so birth means well, birth. Okay, so eugenics means it deals with the study of different steps for the betterment of human being with the application of genetics. Okay, means it is related to the betterment of human beings at the time of, means on the case of their applications of genetics, means in case of their genetics. So that is known as eugenics. Okay, next is your apiculture. So what is apiculture is, apiculture means the branch deal with the study of various scientific method for cultivation of honeybees for getting the honey and wax, means the process of the cultivation process of honeybees for getting honey and wax. So it has a great economic importance. Yes. Next we having sericulture. So what is sericulture is the branch which deal with the study of rearranging and treatment of silkworm for production of raw cells, means on the basis of the silkworm, so that we can do the production of raw cells. Okay, now fishery or pisciculture, as you all know that we are getting means the fish culture, and from which we get the higher yield fish, as in the form of food like meat, chicken, all these things, right? Yes. Next is your dairy science. Dairy science, we all know that what is dairy science. Under this branch we study the various methods by which the production of milk can be increased. Is it clear? Yes. Next is agronomy. So agronomy is, it is a very important branch of biology. It deals with the study of cultivation, management and various methods for the improvement of crop productions, means how we can improve our crop production. So that is come under the agronomy. Okay, now horticulture. Horticulture means it is the cultivation of flowering plant. It is the study included the flowering plant, fruits, trees, and also their method of gardening, means how we can garden the trees and the production of flowers and plants. Okay, yes. Next is animal husbandry. So animal husbandry means it deal with the care, management and improvement of domestic animals, means we have to take care of the animals under the animal husbandry, all the domestic animals. Okay, yes. Now next is your poultry science. So poultry science means it deals with care and management of domestic fowls such as chickens, ducks and geese. Geese means it is also a type of hen. It is of black in color. Yeah. Yes. So that is the management of chickens, ducks. है ना? Yes. Now medicine. So medicine means the science of treating disease with drug or cultivative substances. Yes. So that is also a branch. Yes. Now next is our surgery. Surgery is a branch of medical science involving physical operation to cure diseases or injury of the body. है ना? It helps to remove injury from our body. Yes, that is known as surgery. Yes. Next is forestry. So forestry is, it deal with the study of developing cultivation and conservation forest. Okay, means how we can develop the forest conservation system. Okay, now forensic science. Forensic science means what? Means that help in to take the no, it helps to finding out the criminal in the criminal cases. Like we can take by the help of forensic forensic science, we can take the fingerprints, blood group, DNA test, etc. Yes, so this is known as forensic science. Now, biomedical engineering. Biomedical engineering means it deals with the study of manufacturing the artificial parts of the human body. Just like we had an accident and we can get a artificial leg for us. So this is called biomedical engineering. Now next is your genetic engineering. So genetic engineering means that deal with genetic manipulations to produce an organism with new combination or inherent properties, means to produce a new combination. Okay, that is known as genetic engineering. Now pharmacology. What is pharmacology? Is the science or knowledge of drug and preparing the medicines, means under this also we can prepare medicines. Now veterinary science we all know, the study of domestic animals and their health care, right? Now last is your environmental pollution. Environmental pollution means it control the pollution. Yes, it deals with the detection of the pollution and do the under control. Yes, so these all are known as the applied biology. Okay, yes, so we'll go through the next topic, that is relation of biology to other branches of science, right? So what is the relation of biology to other branches of science? So as we all know that the branch of science which deal with the study of living beings is called the life science. But the life science word is came from where does it come from? So biology is related to various other branches of science. Biology is not a single science but a science of sciences, right? More than a science, more than one number of science, right? In fact, all the disciplines of science are interrelated and interdependent. So the study of biology has gone so vast and deep, and to cover it wider scope, today we gave a new name, that is called life science. So it came from biology. So it is used in place of biology. The branch of science which deal with the study of living being is called the life science. Okay, so now we will talk about what are livings. Okay, so what are known as livings? So we know that the branch of biology which deal with the study of living beings are called biology. But what are living beings? Question mark. Yes. So in this view, we can say that living things or living beings are those things which have life, right? Which have life and in which biology activities taking place. That is known as living, right? So materials on earth can be grouped into three categories, like living things, non-living things and dead things. Okay, so we will see that what is living things. That living things including humans, animals, plants, right? So they are known as living. But what are non-living, like including all the non-living objects such as air, water, soil, stone, etc. Why? They do not show living characters and never been alive, hence they are known as non-living things. Yes. Now next is the dead thing. So dead thing means including like wood, table, bones, dead part of plant. Yes, that is dead leaves, that is stem and root, you know, which are which had been alive once are dead now, right? So they are known as dead things. Now we'll study about what are the characters of living beings. So there are many characters of living beings. So living beings are unique because they express a character level of organization. So body of all living organism consists of cell and such and which contain a living substance called the protoplasm. Yes, is it clear? So protoplasm, what is protoplasm? It is a colorless material comprising the living part of cell, right? Like nucleus, है ना? Yes. So this is known as a protoplasm. So apart from the above characteristics, living organism shows the following life process which can be distinguished as living or non-living. So what of that characters of that cell which can tell us whether it is a living or non-living? Okay, so first of all we'll talk about the shape and size. Okay, so all the living things have definite shape and size due to which they should easily distinguish from other organism. We can distinguish means we can differentiate, है ना? That is the reason they are different. Every animal is different from other because of their shape and size. Correct? Now next is our cellular organization. So cellular organization means all the living things are made up of more than structural unit of units, that is called as cells, right? More than a number of cells. So each cells contain protoplasma, है ना, like on your nucleus and organelles, so which is enclosed by a member called a plasma membrane. What is plasma membrane? It is filled with lipids, proteins and cell membranes. Correct? So a rigid cell's wall is present outside the plasma membrane in plant cell. Okay, so cellular organization. Now next is nutrition. So nutrition means all the living things require nutrition for synthesis of protoplasma, right? Their growth and development also they need. What they need? Nutrition for their growth and development. So plant absorb water and mineral from soil and take CO2 from environment. Why they are doing this? Because they are living and they need such things, right? So green plants synthesize carbohydrate and other food substance with the help of chlorophyll by the process of photosynthesis, right? So animal obtain their food from the plant. Okay, is it clear? So this is known as nutrition. Okay, now next is our growth and development. So growth and development, what is growth and development? So any premental or irreversible increase in volume and dry weight of an organism is called its growth, है ना? It is known as its growth. And in plant growth identify with the help of meristematic cells. What is meristematic cells? In which tissues are founded in plant, that they are consist of many things, right? They are known as the cells. So where in the animal it stops after attaining of a definite stage, means the growth of the plant, the animal will stop at some stage of their life, but plant did not stop. They grows usually, and we can count their indefinite growth by the meristematic cells. Okay, inside the tissues are present. Okay, now next is metabolism. So what is metabolism? Many chemical and physical changes are constantly taking place in all the living organisms, like example anabolism and catabolism. So what is anabolism? Anabolism that require energy to growth, right? And catabolism that use energy to break down, है ना? And also this work together in the living organisms to produce energy and repair of the cell. For example, in case they lost their any type of cell, so they need both the anabolism and catabolism to produce that or to repair that cell, and also they need energy. So from where they are getting energy? They are getting energy from anabolism and catabolism. Okay, so this is all about metabolism. Okay, now irritability. So what is irritability? Irritability means living things whenever they live, they are sensitive. Yes, if to change in the environment also, means some are very sensitive. If environment get changed, their behavior will also get changed. Hence shows the irritability. Irritability means chidchidapan. Okay, towards external stimuli. If they will see any external change, है ना, so they will show their irritability. So that is also come under the characters of living beings, because they are feeling that thing. Okay, so those who are having feelings, they are living beings, right? Now next is our Protoplasm. So what is protoplasm? The body of living being consists of cells which contain a living matter, that is known as protoplasm, right? Which is the physical basic of life, and all the vital activities takes place in the protoplasma. Is it clear? Now next is respiration. Okay, so this is the activity of breathing, right? And all the living beings breathe, right? They do breathe. So all the living things, respiration takes place continuously to release the energy. In this process, food material, that is carbohydrate, protein, fat, and oxidize, which consequently release of the energy ATP to accompany all the vital activity of the body. Okay. Next is excretion. So all the living things have the capability to excrete the waste material, means remove the waste material from our body, yes, from their body. So that is known as excretion, removal of waste material. Now reproduction. So all the living things possess the capability to produce their offspring of their own kind and maintain their progeny, so that is known as the reproduction process, means they are capable to give birth to a other living being of their category, right? So that is known as reproduction. Now adaptation. So what is adaptation? Is all the living things have the power to adjust itself according to changing in the environment condition, right? So that is known as adaptation. The habit, or they have to adjust their self according to the environment, that condition. Okay, so that is known as adaptation. Okay, now movement and locomotion. So movement is the characteristics of all the living things, right? It may be from one place to another, like we also do the movement. So in animals, some plants, the entire body can move from other one place to another place, right? So movement of animal from one place to another take in search of food or any type of material or a suitable environment, right? So that is known as movement and locomotion. Okay, next is life cycle. So what is life cycle? All the living things exhibit a definite life cycle. So they grow, they born, they grow, they develop, they reproduce, become sentient, and they die. This is all about the life cycle of any living being, yes, and thus they carry out different life activities in systematic manner. Okay, this is all about the life cycle. Now at last, what will happen? Death. Yes, it is the ultimate fate of all the living things from on the found in the earth, and is important for keeping a population under check. Yes, so this is the last point of your death. So these all are counted as the characteristics of living being. Okay, so here, see here, there are some similarities between living and non-living. Okay, so they are like all the living and non-living structure are made up of atoms of different element. Yes, this is the similarity. In both of the group, all the atom combines together to form molecule. Yes, so the molecule present in the body of the living being react and various factors just like that their molecules and non-living things. Yes, so all these are the characters of similarity between the living and non-living things. Okay, so we having here one chart. See, you can see here, this is the difference between living and non-living things. So here you can see the cellular and organization, shape and size. So from here you can read the similarities between living and non-living. Okay, so let us talk about the biodiversity. So what is biodiversity? Biodiversity, or we can say diversity, is the living world of a occurrence of a wide variety of life from differentiating in their habitats, their habit, their size, morphology, their color, anatomy, right? So all these things. So what is morphology? their structure, their size and shapes is known as morphology. Yes, I told you in the started. And what is anatomy? That is their part, each structure's part, that is known as anatomy. Yes, so that is known as, so each diverges from one of plants and animal of microorganism represent a species. So in short we can say that biodiversity is the richness of species of all organism like plants and animal and microbes that arises in a definite habitat to mutually interacting system. That is all about the biodiversity, that is full of animals and plants, right? The living world, and all the living being constitute the living world. According to the estimate, about 10 lakh species of animal and 5 lakh species of plant have been discovered so far. The plant and animal are the part of the living world. Yes, the member of all the living world shows variation in their habitat, size, external appearance, etc. On the other hand, we come across that like the amoeba, है ना? So all that having minute living beings which can be seen through the microscope. Where on the other hand we come across giant trees and blue whales. The latter is the largest known as the animal in the living world. So this is all about the study and the to know about the animals and the species under this is known as the biodiversity. Means we should know their habitat, their habits, what is the size, what are the external appearance of this. So all will know about the morphology, color and anatomy. So all these things will counted under the biodiversity. Okay, thank you.